Well, it's probably about 7:45 this morning. Got the Stormy Kromer on. One of my favorite hats ever. They look, in Nebraska, a whole bunch of people wore Stormy Kromers. They have these little ear flaps that you can pull down, cover your ears with. Insulated, light, the wool with a cotton liner on it. Comfortable, warm. Not very fashionable, but I still love them. And I'm in the end dump this morning. I'm loaded. I just loaded in gum log with SB2, and I'm headed down to I started calling it the parking lot project, but it's the culvert project. We put in a culvert to make the parking lot, so I started calling it a parking lot project. To run them SB2 most of the day today, and then probably help them spread it out a little bit. But it is a very blistery 31, 32 degrees up north here, Russellville, and 34 in Russellville. So winter's definitely coming in. You're gonna start seeing a bunch of die-offs and all that kind of stuff. And then I realized today that I need to stop including cigars into my YouTube channel, because I'm only at 214 subscribers currently. I gotta get to 1,000 to get monetized, and when I do get to 1,000, all the videos that I have that have smoking and cigars and all that kind of stuff in it will get demonetized. So all the views and videos and all that stuff of the past videos will no longer be able to make me any money and help further this channel and all that. Because once I do get monetized, I'm planning on just reinvesting the money back into the channel. It's not going to be a whole lot of money, maybe a couple $100 a month, maybe. So I'm going to get better GoPros, better filming equipment, a little bit more time I can take off of work to go do more interesting stuff, that sort of thing. I don't look at YouTube as the way I'm going to make a living by any means. It's just something fun I really enjoy doing. And then I'm hoping that little bit of money that I'm going to be able to make off of it is going to go back into gear and equipment and fishing poles and that sort of stuff. So if I want that to happen, I gotta stop smoking cigars in my videos and stop promoting tobacco products and whatnot. So as of today, no more cigars. Still smoke a bunch, still smoke several a day. You're not gonna see it in the videos anymore, which is a bummer. It's really something I love in life, but it is what it is. But we're just north of Russellville now. Go drop this off and kind of see how the rest of the day goes. So I have a whole bunch of work to do on maintenance stuff for the trucks, which is kind of my job. And then we are looking for another dump truck driver who can drive and operate and kind of do a little bit of everything. I don't know how hard that's going to be to find, but hopefully it's out there. So we'll just kind of see how all that goes. But for now, run around in circles for a little bit. Well, this project's coming along nicely. See the SB2 lane being laid down. So the two culverts are over there, and then this is going to be the extended parking lot here. And we're laying down SB2 pretty thick as a road base. And he's got this whole area all the way back over to the corner already covered. So this pile is going to go that way. And then you just got to fill kind of the rest of this in here. So 4 more loads or so. Something like that. Hopefully. Shouldn't be too terribly much longer. Look at all the dirt that gets stuck up in there. So, coming along. Then I gotta take some stuff out to a farm, load or two maybe. And then this project needs some dirt in it as well. There's on the other side of that hill, It got washed out just a little bit. Oh, I'm putting my gloves on here. It got washed out just a little bit in the rainstorm. So we need to fill all that stuff in. You do this so you don't have to buy windshields. And it's illegal. You're not supposed to be just dumping your load everywhere. So you gotta get off and take all this buildup off. The only downside is that that's up over your head. And if that cylinder fails or something like that, it'll come crashing down right on top of you. It's a nice, boring day today. Not a whole lot going on. While I'm in the granite, I went and got a load of SB2 and took it to that farm. And then now I got a load of ditch liner, and then I'm gonna go get a load of dirt and then swap back to the end dump. Well, you can see that in the mirror, but this is the granite. Tony is rolling with the John Deere because the skid steer's out at that farm project, and he's getting bored waiting on me because I'm not supplying him with SB2, which is what that is. So he remembered that the tractor's got a skid steer attachment for the front of it, so he went and jumped on that. Now he's just rolling it with the John Deere instead. Ooh, I left some big old ruts on that hill. So it's been a pretty easy going day. I hate jumping back and forth from truck to truck, but the SB2 to that farm had to be delivered in this truck. Didn't really have much of a choice. And then we're only getting 15 tons of ditch liner. It'd be way overkill to do it in the end dump. So just went and grabbed it in this real quick. Well, I got in right at the wire. They closed at 5, and I pulled up at 4:50. Loaded me just a couple quick minutes, and I was back to the scale at 4:55. So I was able to bang out 2 loads between 4 and 5, which usually they don't go that fast. They take more like 40 minutes to do instead of 30 minutes to do. So pretty happy with that. Not too far from home, about a block or two. And then I'm gonna just get up first thing in the morning and go run a couple more loads of SB2 to them. And then gonna need a little bit of rip wrap, and we might use crushed concrete. Don't know yet. I think they might need some more ditch liner, but might get a little operating time tomorrow because I'll be able to help them install that stuff. But I have a feeling the amount of time it's going to take me to run gravel to him, he's going to end up having all that stuff wrapped up. So not too terribly far away from being done with that job. Once we get all the gravel installed, then that ditch liner is a little bit more delicate. You got to place it on the banks, put them in and kind of roll them in and hit them with the bucket and get them to stick really well. Cover it enough so when an excessive amount of water flows over the top of it, it'll stick to the slope versus getting pushed downhill. So tomorrow should be pretty straightforward. Looking forward to some of these other projects going on. The stuff going on with Ashley, and I need a little time away from her. So it'd be nice to be able to do some work out of town and stay in the fifth wheel and get away from here for a little while. Really looking forward to hopefully be able to do that, but it might be a little bit too valuable here in town that he wouldn't really want to give me up and send me out to it's out by Fort Smith, and there's one in Clarksville and all that stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. So I'm tired. Did a whole bunch of miles today. 2 different trucks. So we'll pulling up to the house now and eat some dinner and call it a night.